Before the break, Mr. Obaseki, you were talking about who is on ground, and you were talking about the fact that Asue Ighodalo is on ground. But don't you think that could just be an academic theory? Because as it is now, Monday Okpebholo, who is a candidate of the APC, is known to have contested, and not just that, but won an election. And of course, that speaks to his electability, and so Edo people should trust him.
I don't know where you get this, all this thing. So, how many, I want to ask, sorry, don't be offended. How many governors of Edo State, how many governors of Edo State prior to this contest have won elections in Edo State before now? The man who is selling his candidacy, Mr. Adams Oshiomhole, had never, ever lived in Edo State, never, ever contested a ward election in Edo State, a councillorship election in Edo State, prior to his becoming the executive governor of Edo State via a court ruling on November 12, 2008. Now, the next one, Godwin Norerase Obaseki, the current governor of Edo State, never contested as a local government chairman, councillor, senator, before becoming the governor of Edo State. So, which means, by sheer inference of happenstance and by sheer inference to profiling, the next governor of Edo State is most likely, since the last two governors of Edo State had never contested and won any election in Edo State, those who are fresh with ideas, like we thought Oshiomhole had, like we do believe Godwin Norerase Obaseki had or still has, and I will so believe that Mr. Barrister Asue Ighodalo has, will be the next governor of Edo State.
Mr. Obaseki, you would agree?
No, madam, sorry. I'm using your own methodology now.
You have 30 seconds.
In my state, your methodology you mentioned does not suffice. It is the methodology I've used now that suffices.
Well, you will agree, Mr. Obaseki.
Governors of Edo State have never contested, prior to becoming governor, any election in Edo State.
You will agree that different political dispensations, come with different dimensions. Back then, you're talking about Adams Oshiomhole. He practically contested with people who were just like him. But now we have a man who is on ground, who is running the grassroots politics in Edo State, and who is actually known, and who Edo people are confirmed to be a grassroots man. Mr. Obaseki, you would allow me land on my thoughts, and then you will come in, please.
Okay, thanks, love. Okay, go ahead. Fire down.
All right, so you have a man who is known to be a grassroots man, who has contested, who has won an election, who has been going around canvassing for votes from the people of Edo State. And you have made reference to Adams Oshiomhole, for instance. Remember, as we speak, that both Philip Shaibu and Adams Oshiomhole are a critical part now of the APC. These are the two people that arguably worked to ensure the victory for Godwin Obaseki back then. Now they are squaring up against Godwin Obaseki and your party's candidate. How do you hope to defeat them?
I think I will be very slow so as not to jump on the bandwagon of unverifiable misinformation. Number one, I will be very slow so I don't take it out of context. The last election in Edo State was between Godwin Obaseki and the sponsored candidate of Adams Oshiomhole. And the distance between both in that election, which was a watershed moment for our state, we titled it "Edo No Be Lagos." The candidate sponsored by Mr. Adams Oshiomhole was roundly defeated by a margin of more than 84,000 votes. Fact. Number two, when you say grassroots, I'm wondering where this is coming from. Who is grassrooted? You said the Adams supported Godwin, and now Adams and Shaibu has no political vertebrae in Edo State. In the last election where Mr. Shaibu was the deputy governor, was the deputy governorship candidate, please check the results. He is from Isako West Senatorial, Isako West local government area in Edo North Senatorial District. That election, he lost his ward. He lost his local government. In short, his local government was the worst local government that we lost in that election, with 9,975 votes, just 25 votes short of 10,000. And we lost the entire Edo North with almost 22,000 votes, of which almost 50% was from that of Mr. Philip Shaibu. So he has no political relevance. So if a man, as a sitting deputy governor, would not win his unit, his ward, and his local government, please don't believe the hype. That is the truth. Then, in terms of electability, you are talking about Mr. Okpebholo, who today, even you as TVC, have never had the opportunity to even talk to him. He has not spoken to our people. You don't speak to people except through a mass medium, which is primary. That is why you have me here. And by the grace of God, in 2 days' time, you have the candidacy of the candidate of our party here speaking to you. By the time you have a candidate who is perpetually unelectable, who does not understand that animals don't live in a museum, but in a zoo, who cannot string together a straight line sentence without, I don't want to go there. A man who we all, Edo people, will be Edo, will not be any other Kurukere people. We all know today that we have 5 or 6 dates of birth for this man, where he submitted to INEC that he was born on the 29th of August, 1970, and on his WAEC certificate, it is 29th of August, 1972, where 29th of August, 1970 is a Saturday, and 29th of August, 1972 is a Thursday. In my state, we don't call a child Monday if he was born on a Saturday. Then we now find out that even his INEC voters card, he registered on the 1st of August, 1977 as his date of birth, while his classmates say he was actually born, which is actually a Monday, on the 29th of August, 1966.